my name is Kevin. I am a non-native English speaker studying in Haas, and it's been a long time since I haven't recorded. And I wanted to record this video to give you a little bit about what has been happening in my life these last few weeks. I wanted to pause a little bit in order to reflect and to debrief. I see this space as also space to, to journal a little bit about myself, to share some thoughts about what's happening, and also to practice English. This is a really important space for me to build this muscle of pronouncing English words, but also building this muscle of discipline towards English speaking. There's a phrase that my American friends use a lot that is called roast, butt, and turn, which I didn't know what they were talking about when they first mentioned that. But also it's related to sharing a positive thing, a bad thing, and something that also excites me during the week. First thing about it, I'm going to structure this video in that way, mentioning a positive thing, a bad thing, and a challenging thing. I like structuring my videos. It also gives me a clear sense of what I want to talk about, but also it gives you the opportunity to navigate this video in a more structured manner. Let's start with a positive thing. I would say that the positive thing that happened these last 2 weeks is that I got invited to interview to a company that is called ServiceNow. It's a B2B company that is specialized in building software platforms for companies to enhance their productivity. There are 3 main products that they sell. One is IT service management. The second is HR workflow. And the third one is related to AI agents. So it's a complex product, but I want to keep these narratives in a simple way. Imagine that a company has many different applications that work independently in a company. You are an employee and you want, for example, to see your payments, or you want to ask for vacations. You need to register your vacations in a different application than the application that you use to download your receipts of the latest payments that you received. What ServiceNow does is they streamline many applications in only a platform and allow the user to experience these services in a more smooth way. And that's what they do. Or for example, if you want to change your laptop, usually what I did in my previous company is submitting a ticket to help desk in order to ask for a change of laptop. So it was a different application. I really hated that process because, okay, oh my God. And whenever I wanted, for example, to ask for vacation, I needed to log in into another application that is called Zika. So I imagine what they try to do. They try to boost efficiency, because if you're a new employee, there are high chances that you're going to get lost in this variety of applications in a company. That happens. So in order to solve this problem and to increase productivity and efficiency, this company ServiceNow works with this company, understand the pain points, and also build these softwares for them. So the positive thing is that I received an interview for a position that is called outbound product manager that is related towards basically building the go-to-market strategy of this product to the companies. It's the first time that I have seen a company splitting a PM position into inbound and outbound. But okay, long story short, they invited me to interview. So this was a really tough week because I was prepping my behavioral questions. I was having mock interviews with second years from Haas. I was also trying to navigate these communication challenges in a really rapid way. I mean, I created this channel in order to improve my communication skills, and suddenly I received an invitation. So you may wonder. So you may imagine that I was feeling like in a race. I didn't feel prepared to start interviewing, but I also like to see these challenges as an opportunity to accelerate my learning. So I did that. I accelerated my learning. Yes, I need to take some coffee. In this journey of accelerating my learning, I met a lot of incredible people willing to help me. Lately, I was reading a book about finding a job, and there was an interesting quote that I also liked a lot. And this quote also motivated me to ask for help. So the quote was about how to build rapport. And in case you don't know what is rapport, it's building this personal connection with another person to make them feel more inclined to help you. That is rapport. Okay, yes, having a quick chat, and then suddenly asking them for something. And after building this rapport, for sure they will be more willing to help you. So, one specific strategy to build rapport actually was asking for help. This was really surprising because sometimes it was hard to me to connect with other people. I don't know. I'm not good in that skill. But I don't know. Life happens, and I ended up like having to ask them for a favor. And suddenly, asking for a favor helped me building this connection with them. I mean, even though there was not a smooth relationship between me and him or her, after I asked for a favor, somehow that relationship was improved. I mean, it's incredible. It's incredible. Vice versa. Sometimes I was feeling that I was not vibing like by working with another person, and suddenly that person asked me for a favor, and I ended up helping that person, and helping that person also improve their relationship, and also my, my concept towards that person. It's like, I don't know, it's weird, but they explain it in this book, this feeling in a really concise way, that actually our mind works in some weird manners, and actually asking for a favor for a person increases the chances that that person is also gonna keep helping you in the future, and builds a connection. So whenever you are struggling like with a relationship with a person, you don't like talk too much to that person, I think it would be interesting to ask for a favor, a small favor. So this is about like asking only small favors, not like really like big favors. So the author, what he did was asking. He knew that this person had a book that he also liked, so he asked him if he could borrow that book from him. That also helped him to build this connection. After like having this anecdote of borrowing the book, they ended up talking, getting to know better that person, and this improved the overall relationship with him. I did that, just connecting the dots. I did that in this last week. I started asking for favors. Hey, we met the other day. I think this was really good. I have good news for you. But first, thank you for your feedback in my resume, in crafting my resume. I think your feedback was fundamental. When I was saying that, thanks, your feedback was fundamental, and that's why I got invited. And I would be really happy to have your support on. Let's give a second. Yeah. Okay. I would be really happy to have your support on having a mock interview. This position really excites me a lot, and having your feedback, your tips, your guidance, I would be like, that would be incredibly valuable for me. So I did that with many people this week and last week, and I think that also improved my relationship with them. And these people are really talented. So I was really happy because thanks to this interview, no matter the results, later I'm gonna talk about it, but it helped me navigate and to build more connections with more experienced students. Actually, I asked for this favor to 3 main people. 2 of them, actually to 4. No, wait, yes, Shilpa, Maggie, Ansu, Fair. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I just realized that there is a common point among the people that I asked for. Two of them are the presidents of the product management club. One is an experienced second year. He's an expert in building resumes. She's really talented. And the fourth one is the co-president of the tech club that was a previous intern at this company ServiceNow. So there is also a reason behind why I approached to them. The first two ones, I also wanted to build this rapport because I'm thinking about applying to be the president of the product management club. Let's see how this goes. Probably in the next video, I'm going to share more details about it. But I really like that club. I want to have a strong leadership position. I don't know why, but it seems like I work much better when I have more pressure and responsibilities compared to when I don't have them. It's like, I don't know, I work better with less time. I increase my efficiency. My process of thought is much better. My brains work in really strange ways. When I have too much free time, I feel that I'm not productive. I feel that I get distracted. So having a president role would incredibly boost my, would incredibly boost my productivity and would make me use my time in a more in a wiser way. So I approached to them. First, I asked them for their support. They were really happy to support me because I've been helping them a lot during these months into the events by volunteering, taking photos, but also just helping in a recent conference. Also, I was part of it. So I try to leverage reciprocity. I think that's the thing that I'm really good about, like giving, and then when the moment comes, asking for a favor in return. I think that's how human works, and I think that's something vital that as a product manager you need to do. You need to know how to navigate. It's not only about just giving. You also need to have to ask, because actually asking builds a strong connection with the people. So it's not about thinking in a selfish way, but also thinking in a strategic way, So I'm trying to connect all the dots. So I needed help, okay? I needed help, but I also was looking forward to applying to this presidential position in the product management club. So what could I do to do both things at the same time, maximizing my productivity? Only practicing with random people or by myself, or asking for a favor with them. These people have been product managers before, they have a lot of experience, and also asking them would mean an opportunity to build a strong connection with them, and also it would mean leveraging the reciprocity because I have helped these people before. So it was clear in my mind, okay, I need to ask these people for help. And they helped me they were really happy to help me. They gave me each of them gave me 1 hour and a half of their times, and they are pretty busy people. One of the presidents is doing an evening 1 weekend MBA program. That means that they are studying for the MBA, but she's also working full time. Can you imagine that? I wouldn't ever be able to do that. I'm drinking a coffee right now because I'm lacking energy, bro. So I'm sometimes impressed on my colleagues here. And the other person, she's also full-time a student. She's from second year and she's looking for a full-time position after she graduates. So she's also busy, obviously, but she agreed to help me. So I really appreciate that a lot. So that was happening inside my mind. That's how my brain works. Okay, the third person is the co-president of the tech club, but she also did her internship with ServiceNow. So she's like an insider that could also give me some advices and tips towards the interview. So yeah, that's a really a straightforward reason. So it was so beneficial because she had some insider information, but also I want to apply to a VP position at that club. And I'm also helping at that club. Actually, I co-organized the Haas Tech Summit, which is the biggest tech event here at Haas. That was yesterday. That's why it was a long day. So yeah, it's a really good experience. So yeah, that's the third person, and the fourth person, she helped me a lot crafting my resume. I see that she's a really experienced person. So I admire this person. She's really good. She gives like really strong feedback, and she knows, and she's also international. So she knows how to handle these international issues when doing an interview. Also, since she's also an outsider, she knows how to connect the dots of my story, personal story. What I also, I mean, and she is also, and this is the most important thing. She's one of the persons that get excited when is coaching another person and that person gets an interview. Compared to these other people, when I told this person that I received an interview and I like was really happy to receive an interview, and I like customized a message. Okay, thank you for this. She was really excited for it. Actually, subtly she mentioned that in our initial conversation, like to keep her posted how everything goes. So I said, okay, this person's really get happy when one of the of her mentors start getting traction and becoming successful. So okay, I see. Okay, I'm gonna write a customized message just saying, hey, hi, thank you, and it worked out. So she ended up like finding some spots in her agenda to help, just because she was feeling like really good by helping others. So those are the type of people that I also want to ask for favors and for, because I know they are going to put extra time on it. I call these people advocates, according to a book that I've been reading that is called the 2-Hour Job Search. Finding advocates is pretty viral in IMBA experience. I mean, many people are going to be willing to help, but not all of them are going to be advocates. So be careful about treating your advocates in the most like respectful, but also in a most, how can I say this? In a really, I mean, treat them with passion, respect, but also treat them with energy and showing true interest and showing like true gratitude towards the help that they are giving to you. I would say that. Okay, so these 4 people were helping me. Each one of them had their different reasons, and I chose them for different reasons as well. So okay, so I was practicing with them last week. I consider myself as someone who is really good at writing, reading. What are the skills in English? Oh my god, I forgot. Listening, reading, writing. Okay, yeah, okay. I consider myself really good at reading, listening, writing, but I'm not good at speaking. At least not as good at speaking as I'm good with the other skills. But with time and with these sessions and with these coffee chats and with this effort I'm putting, I have started to feel some improvement. And I really like it. I have started to show also my personality. I remember the first video that I was recording. It was really hard for me to maintain a conversation with my personality. I didn't find a word to say it, but to maintain a conversation I found really hard to not have a flat conversation. Just like putting a little bit of my jokes, personality, and just like my sarcasm. I like being sarcastic. So that was really hard. But lately, I've been really happy to have conversations with other guys from my program and putting a little bit of spiciness in my interactions with them. And they were also laughing. So that's that second level of not only like communicating, but also like transmitting emotions is what excites me most about. about my improvements. Yeah, I would say that. I'm still struggling to keep myself paced, to not speak fast, but I mean, I believe this is going to take time. What I have also realized recently is that I have actually, ChatGPT offers you. What I have also realized recently is that ChatGPT offers you a tool to have advanced communication with ChatGPT, with this bot. And this advanced communication also like is really smart to detect and to identify why I'm not being clear with my communication. And the biggest insight, there were two biggest insights in this. The first is maybe three. Yeah, maybe three. The first is that I need to communicate in a really I need to be paced with my communication, basically. No matter if I know what I'm going to say next, I need to say this slowly. Yes, in the same way I'm speaking right now. That is the biggest feedback, and I'm trying to practice that every day. It's hard, but it's what I need the most. The second thing is that what happens in my mind is that usually when I find the words, I try to compensate my deficit in communication by speaking really fast, and what this does is that I start like sounding really weird, like speaking really fast, like for I don't know, for a sentence, and then suddenly stopping abruptly, and then pausing a lot and starting to think. And somehow I don't know, my mind is thinking, okay, Kevin, since you are slow, whenever like you get a brilliant idea, just speed it up. Just say it quickly, because by saying it quickly, the interviewer or whatever person is gonna know that you know how to speak English because you are able to speak quickly. Okay, that may work once, but if you suddenly stop and you don't know what to say and then you commit mistakes, it is not gonna help you. And what also, according to ChatGPT, what was happening is whenever I got this like burst of energy and I started to talk really quick, what happened is that I started to pronounce really bad. So what's the main point of knowing what words to say next? If I'm going, what's the point of speaking quickly if I'm going to pronounce it really bad? Maybe I have found a whole sentence to say in the next 30 seconds. But if I say it really fast and I don't pronounce it properly, it's gonna be a total waste of my time, because the other person is not gonna understand me at all, and that happens a lot when I was talking about my achievements, when I was practicing this common question of tell me about yourself. What was happening behind is that I was inclined to speak really fast about my achievements because that was clear in my mind. I knew I did this for these objectives. So it was really clear in my mind, but speaking about these achievements really fast was not for the artificial intelligence. Speaking about this really fast didn't help me to deliver a concrete message. What was happening is that actually the AI didn't recognize what I was talking about regarding my achievements. So I was talking really slow about like non-important stuff and speaking really fast about my achievements. That's not the point, So, okay. Probably I got distracted about the main point of this first bullet of that good positive thing that had happened in my last week, which was getting invited to interview. If I had to put like some bullets and to summarize what I was talking about, so it would be 1, invited to interview. 1.A, asking for help. 1.B, speaking slowly and properly. Okay, that happened in my last week. That was the positive thing. I would say that many positive things would be coming probably as long as I keep practicing my English and keep like feeling confident about my English. Just a little story that also like was a hard moment for me, but I would say that it was good that it happened. That yesterday was the conference of the Tech Summit. Wait, is it recording? Yeah, it's recording. So yeah, and I had to introduce 3 panelists and also the moderator. So I had to read like descriptions. The words were really hard. I probably did some mistakes when I was speaking. I tried to speak really loud, in a more paced way. I don't know how it went, but probably it didn't go so good. But you know, life is about committing mistakes, and I probably committed many mistakes introducing them because all the morning I was interviewing, then going to the event, helping in the registration desk, and then introducing people in a conference of 100 people, talking like public speaking. combining these communication issues with public speaking is tough because probably I sounded robotic with mistakes, and what I usually like doing when I present to many people is for sounding natural, putting some charisma in my words, but there is still some effort to do to make that happen. Okay, done with the first one, positive. Negative. Okay, I missed a lot of classes this week. I would say that's the negative thing. Two negative things, okay? I missed a lot of classes this week because I was thinking like 100% of this in this interview, people are not getting interviews frequently. So whenever you get one, you need to give the most out of it. And I did that. But anyways, I missed a lot of classes, and now I need to catch up on the recordings of those classes this long weekend. Thankfully, we're having a long week. That means like no classes on Saturday, Sunday, and no classes on Monday. So I have like some time to start like catching up with classes. That was the first thing because I don't like missing classes. Well, actually, I like missing classes when there's an interview. But what I don't like is putting some time in the weekend to do, like to study. Yeah, that sucks. Also, another bad thing that happened is that I had 2 interviews yesterday, and 2 of them went really good. So I had 3 interviews. One was with a senior product manager. The second one was with a principal product manager, which is like in the hierarchy, there is a senior, principal, and director. And the second one, 2 of them were with the senior product manager and a principal, and the third one was with a director, so the hardest one. So in summary, these 2 first ones with the senior product manager and the principal product manager went really good, I would say. I would like score myself 9 out of 10. I was clear with my thoughts. But this last interview with this director of product management was tough. Simply because I was expecting a more linear interview, but he ended up asking like really detailed things about my resume, and also questioning, and also not agreeing with what I was saying. He said that I was not being clear with my answers, and he ended up also helping me like crafting the responses. So probably I was not being really clear. I would just debriefing about it. I would say that I started talking really fast, and when that happens, I end up messing up things. Hopefully, he will understand. He will not reject me. But if not, I need to keep looking for a job. Since he's the most senior guy, probably he has, he has more power in deciding who's going to be the next Apple product manager intern. So if that's the case, okay, probably, I just need to keep applying. What also happened is that he started asking questions that were not relevant at the end of the interview. Like, for example, okay, you've been a product manager. Tell me, if you had to design an inbound product manager, an outbound product manager, inbound and outbound, what roles would you put in those ones? And that's like a really clear question. I mean, it's in the description role, right? Inbound does the product, create the product, orchestrate iterations with the engineers. But an outbound product manager like makes a strategy, the go-to-market strategy, works with marketing and sales team. So I don't know. I mean, I answered the question, but it felt stupid to answer like that question. Probably he was just killing time. I don't know. Yeah, I would say that. So those two were probably the bad news. I ended up missing a lot of classes. I ended up not having a good interview with this senior director of product management. I would rate myself with 4.5 out of 10 on that one. So yeah, that's why, I'm not so excited about getting that job, but okay, I did my best. So at this point of my career, probably that giving the best was not enough, but okay. That's why I'm doing this. That's why I'm debriefing. It helps me like to share my thoughts on it. But okay, never mind. Life happens, and sometimes it's better to move on. Okay. Final point. I guess this is called. It's Rose, Bud, and Thorn. Okay, let me just double check what. This is really hard for me. Sorry. Okay, Rose, Bud, and Thorn. What is okay? Rose is a positive. Bud is an opportunity for growth, which the bad thing. Okay, wait. Thorn, a challenge of Oscar. Okay. Bud is what excites me the most, or a potential to keep improving. So what excites me the most is that I spent a lot of time last week designing a system to network. That means like creating a whole database in Notion, not only with employees and an application, but also with the people I want to reach out, creating a standard message and mail for them, and creating a system to follow up these people. In order like to keep networking, keep knowing to people, and also keep having these small conversations with them that also is related to improving my communication skills. So that gets me excited because I sent like 40 mails last week and many people answered. They were willing to help, and I'm going to follow up on these mails this week. Hopefully I have time. But what keeps me excited about that is that I think this strategy is proving to be really successful. People are willing to give referrals. So yes, I don't know. Sometimes I feel that in this stage of my life, it's mostly about asking for help. And sometimes I feel that I don't have enough time to ask for help, and that's really frustrating. There should be like a streamlined way or automatic way to ask for help. I mean, the chances of receiving help are high in this stage of my career. People see, okay, top MBA, living in the Bay Area, interested in this XYZ, and also with product management experience. So I have a good background that I'm leveraging to reach out to people. But what I'm missing is time to ask for help. Time to ask for referrals. That is what I'm missing. And it's so frustrating because it's like a first world problem. Asking for help. Yeah, so sorry, I sound like really, I don't know how, I can't believe I'm saying this. It's like, in other part of my career, I would like tag myself like, what are you talking about, man? You have everything. You're doing everything. You're enjoying your life. You're in the best life of your career, and you are like struggling and blaming that you don't have time to ask for help. Go and ask for help. Yeah, that's why I see this like a really stupid problem, but actually it's a problem. It's those type of problems that I would say are stupid until you start getting that problem. Yeah, I can imagine, for example, imagine if you're president of the United States. It's like you're gonna be able to do whatever you want, but in that stage of your career, your main problem is going to be choosing what to do, because whatever you choose is going to be made. Whatever you focus, you're going to make it. But what happens if you choose wrong? each decision is going to cost you time. So you must be really aware of how to invest your time. I think I'm going to sound really spoiled and really like, I don't know, probably egocentric. I'm pretty, I don't know how to say this word in English, but pretty like, I don't know, maybe I might sound like a jerk, but I think that people in business school, especially in top business school, what differentiates one student from another is how they decide their focus to be. I mean, how they decide the things they want to be focused on. I think that differentiates a lot, because whatever they choose is going to be it should be a good choice because they are going to make it. But imagine if they choose wrong. They are going to make it, but they are not going to feel happy about it. Or by the time they make it, they are going to end up realizing that that was not the goal. And now they need to put more time, and time is finite, you know? So I was reflecting about that lately also, about time management, because my effectiveness of at this stage of my career, my effectiveness of making of getting things done is high. Whatever I'm committed to do, I'm gonna make it. I need to choose wisely, you know? So my career and my focus now is getting a job. I don't need to be distracted a lot by socials, but academics. If other people want to focus on that, I'm gonna let them focus on that. But my main objective now is getting a job. That's my main objective. And with this determination in mind, I know I'm gonna make it. I just need to put hours into it, to put hours into networking, to put hours practicing English, to put hours getting to know people, to put hours also doing some mock interviews, and to put hours debriefing about my experience when interviewing, and also to put hours about my public speaking skills. So, you know, in this MBA experience, there are many things going on, guys. There are a lot of parties going on, and I don't want to sound like a boring person, but I think every person has their own battles. According to those battles, you decide where to put your time on. Many people don't have product management experience, and I see them like interning in companies to gain this product management experience. That's not, for example, an issue for me. It wouldn't be smart for me to get these part-time jobs unpaid to get product management experience, because I already know how to manage a product. 5 years and a half of experience in product management give me the space to not put time into it because it wouldn't be efficient. But for example, I'm lacking about communication skills in English compared to my peers. So what I need to do in my case is putting hours into communicating and speaking in English. That's my most important challenge nowadays. Putting hours, talking to a camera, getting out of my comfort zone by talking to people, and becoming more and more aware of my areas of improvement when speaking English, such as my pace, such as my pronunciation, and such as also my structure approach towards that. And for people that have both, they are really like people talented in speaking English because they have practiced much more than me, and they also have product management experience. Probably for that type of people, they are usually focused on creating a new business, like a new venture. They are doing their startup, but I mean, they have the resources, and they are in another level to focus on that, and good for them. I mean, everyone has their own battle. So that's my main learning. I think that was it for today's video, but I'm really happy that I'm understanding this, because this university fosters diversity, equity, and inclusion. And I would say, for example, that many people are also not struggling with visa issues because they already have a green card or they are Americans. They are living their best life right now. And I mean, they don't have to worry of being kicked out of this country in the same way I'm worried about. Every day I'm thinking about getting a job. And my American fellows, they don't because, I mean, they have connections here, they are Americans, they have a lot of benefits. And I can compare myself to them. I mean, they are focusing on other stuff, like, for example, also being really active in some non-professional clubs, like social clubs, traveling to Hawaii or traveling to other places in the US, building a strong relationship with their MBA classmates. I would love to do that, but I don't have the privilege that they have right now, and I need to be aware of that. I mean, they are not doing wrong. If I were in their shoes, I would do the same. That I'm gonna be clear with that. They are making the right choices. But I'm sure that if they were in my shoes, they would also prioritize communication instead of parties, instead of traveling, instead of studying. Those are my reflections for today. I think I need to summarize this. Positive thing, getting an interview, and negative thing, there were two. One was missing classes, and the second one was that one interview didn't go as well as I was planning. And what excites me the most is that I've been improving my networking strategy. So this is going to become more and more structured and more clear to get a job. I'm determined. I have a strong determination towards getting a job, and I'm gonna make it. I just need to put hours on it. I need to put hours on asking for help, and I'm gonna ask for help like no one else has ever asked for help. And yeah, okay, that's a little bit more. I'm chilling a little bit. It's Saturday, 4 p.m. No plans for today. Just finishing answering my messages in my mail, in my WhatsApp, Slack. You can imagine how many hours they put on that. There should be tools for this. Is also a first world problem, yeah. But there should be tools for busy people, MBA students, politicians, governors, CEOs, to make them, there should be tools to help these busy people to manage their social messages. There are many messages that are not aligned to what I'm looking for. There are many mails also, and I end up spending like 1 minute reading that shit. And that accumulates over time. Imagine spending 30 minutes reading things that you don't care about. What if only I could leverage AI so that AI can delete those messages, can archive those messages, and just like drafting like responses based on my behaviors. Hey Kevin, I read all your messages. I deleted 20, and I drafted like 15 responses based on your behavior and your style. Check it out. And just me being able to edit or send if that sounds good. Life would be fucking easier. Okay. Sorry about this. It's a pain point. I mean, I would love to create businesses and I would love to create solutions for solve problems. I'm not really a person like oriented to creating products and solutions, but I need to calm down. This is not the time to create a business. This is the time to get a job. Do not get kicked out of this country because Donald Trump just got elected. Okay, guys, I think this is over today. I don't know why my voice is not being recorded, but see you around. Bye-bye.